Hello? Excuse me? Oh, hey, how are you? Oh my. It's like dad came home early. Oh my. How we doing, friends? Oh my God. Listen, things are not going to be what they need to be. Things are going to be messed up. Things are going to need adjusted. They're going to need changed. But we have a new PC. If you guys need to see it, if you do exclamation point specs, you guys can see all the specs of the new pewter. Oh, I'm gonna have to mess with my sound again. Gosh dang it. Old PC, new PC, it doesn't matter. I still have to figure out a way to get sound. Gosh dang it. Oh my goodness. That's our first community train. All right, let me try the turn it on, turn it off method. Hold on. Does it have pretty colors? I mean, yeah, my old one kind of did. They both have had like little pretty colors and all that jazz. Yeah. Yeah, Tori, I had a little bit louder for the intro stuff. Yeah. We're bringing it down though. High uptown, I have to mess with the activity and the chat windows because those are also a little funky. How old was the other one? About 5 years. Yeah. Who's a pretty PC? Yeah. About 5 years. So me using it obviously as heavy as I do, it was a matter of time before things started to go awry. Just a matter of time. But you know what though? Chinggis made a very good point. He's like, you were able to turn your PC on so that we could grab things from it. It's not like it just ate the bucket and then it was over. And it was like, okay, well, I guess we got to try and retrieve things. We were able to turn it on and export stuff, which expedited the process a decent amount. Does this mean everyone's gonna gotta be re-download and redone? Oh no, not everything. No, Teeny. No. That was the best part. No. The best part was we were able to get a lot of the stuff off that I needed. If anything, it's like a cleanse because there's like so much stuff that I don't use that I just would save and then just store it on the PC. So now it's not being used. It's like this is being used as like a dedicated hard drive now. Is that what happened on Monday? Yeah, it was not a very fun day. It was rough and I felt bad, especially for Break because obviously she had dedicated time for us to be able to play games and stuff. Yeah. I do a single PC. Yeah. I have no interest of doing dual. That's just twice the amount of problems you could deal with. No thanks. It's a freeing purge. That's correct. And now it's like I'm going to try to be intentional about the stuff, make sure I'm using what I need, not have all the extra crap. If it's something extra, I'll have an extra hard drive I'm going to put on this guy and store it over there. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, 6 foot. New rig. Juju, hello. Just now getting the lunch order in. Let's go. I wanted to do this for my lunch. This is basically lunchtime. And the point was just to make sure that everything was good. So we're going to do some Phas. I just want to make sure the gaming is good. Everything is rocking. And then tonight, the new demo for Rewind 99 is out. The game that we have been waiting to play that is about the basically like Schedule 1 if it was like a blockbuster simulator. So it's like an hour. It's like 40 minutes to an hour, I think they said, of gameplay, which is fine because then the full game releases in March. But I'm excited to try it. Maybe we'll play it twice. Yeah, and then after that, we'll probably do some Phas. We'll probably switch over. All right, let me figure out my sound situation. I know that you guys are getting it. I saw that. Now I just need to make sure that I can hear it, which typically is my monitoring device. That's usually what goes awry. Goes awry as in like I've got to re-pick it. Now it did pull all of the old OBS settings. It did pull all of them. So that's where we'll have to mess with some stuff. Yeah. I also can't see activity. So thank you guys so much for the subs, friends. And thank you for the biddies. Archmage, thank you, friend. All right. All right. Let me mess with this so that I can actually see everything that you guys are doing. I'm going to Let's see. Disable. I don't need a chat field. We don't need this guy, that guy. Go over to this playlist there. Scroll bar. Yes. I'm basically customizing the activity so that way I can see it. Question about Phasmophobia start items. Which do you pick for the hunt? Well, in general, I normally go in with a flashlight, an EMF, and a thermo. That's usually my go-to. Sucks the stream messed up on Monday, but at least you're able to do the weekly on Sunday. Yeah, thank goodness. Yeah, I mean, if anything, I have like a few different videos that I can make from what I've already done. So like I still need to post the weekly. I need to post the games with Chinggis. I need to post the second part of our Hellmart playthrough. So that's nice. So that stuff's kind of backlogged, which is great. Watching you struggle really sucked because I know the pain. Oh, dude, it's just, Kate, there's just nothing you can do, man. It's just, it is what it is. If anything, I wasn't too stressed because I was like, you know, we'll figure it out. I'm always in that mindset of like, we'll figure it out. Fly guy had been good. I went to sleep and woke up with a migraine, so that sucked, but it started to go away. After I was able to lie down for a little bit, it started to go away. Thank God. So all is well, man. It's good. Let me finish this. Once I do this, we'll load up Phas. Once we load up Phas, we'll be ready to rock. Ooh, oh, so that's how the community train works. Okay, I didn't really understand it because it's new. Thoughts on the rework of Willow and Tangle? Can't wait. I can't wait. You guys don't mind if I take my pants off, do you? I have shorts on. I'm just wearing pants. You play Phas right now? Just try things. Just try stuff until you have what you like. Yeah. Hi, Carrie. Hey, don't look at me like that. It's warm in here, okay? Lots of stuff's been going on. No, migraines are not a joke. No. It's been really good for me lately, though. I think, honestly, it's like a weather thing. I think the weather was the switch always gets me every single time. Irish. Oh, I can't hear it yet. Nope, I still can't hear it. All right, I got to. Gosh, dang it. Irish, thank you for the subs, homie. Oh, my gosh. Let's try this source. Gosh, dang it. This is a PG stream? Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Battling headaches. Battling headaches for a few days. Pretty sure it's weather related. Yeah, I get those. If you get those too, it's got to be what it is. That's my guess. All right. I don't need chat for this window. I need dis. I need no announcements. We don't need that. Need that. I'm basically going through and just customizing the activity window that I see because I haven't had a chance to do it yet. We literally got everything together last night. Flash taking his pants off. Listen, yeah, I don't want BJM coming in here trying to take them. So I do the alpha move. I just remove them myself. Weather or strat. Oh yeah, it could be a mixed bag, Carrie. That's a really good point. Very true. All right. That one looks good. Next, go to this. Turn all of this on. This is basically just what I'm doing is just going through and deciding what I want to be able to see inside of said window. So that way I know like when like follows and everything like that comes up. It's multi. I wasn't planning on doing multi today, obviously during this short stream, but just having it at the ready for later. All right. Yep. Okay, turn off the chat. Do this. Turn on all of these, and then I'll get the sound stuff figured out in a second after I load up Phas. Okay, there we go. All that's on. Good enough for me. All right. Custom browser dock. Activity. Go there. Do this. Do that. Do this. Relentless. Thank you for the biddies. Juju, thank you, friend. It's getting hot in her. I can see it. I just can't hear it yet. All right, that looks good. Let's open Phas. All right. Everything's going swimmingly right now. Who said beef jerky, man? Won't come take your pants regardless. Hey, you tell him to get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. All right. I think my camera got moved because if I'm sitting here like this, yeah, I think when we were messing around with stuff, you see how far I am off to the side? Okay, there we go. Hey, Nocturne. Well, I can see it in the activity thing, so that's nice. Pretty sure I turned the volume all the way down. Yes, I did. There we go. There we go. Ah, it's a pre-built. Yeah, the reason I went pre-built is because of the price. The amount that it would have cost to build this ourselves with all the same parts would have been exponentially more. So right now it sucks that you can't just take control yourself, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. That is not the correct microphone. Let's see. There we go. All right, so that is good. That is set. Seems like things are yeah. May I tell you about my game? No, but you can DM me about your game. Because telling me in chat's not going to be very good. I'm not going to be able to retain information. I'm not good like that. Yeah, but you're welcome to DM me. Where'd you get it? Micro Center. Yeah. No. Oh, so that's something else I have to do. I'm so glad you said that, Echo. I know there's a way to do it. I just don't remember how to do it. Or email. Yeah. There is a way to fix your case number. I just don't remember how to do it. So I should do that before Friday. That'd be smart. I got to go back and figure out what case I should be on. But yeah, when you get a new PC, your case number resets because it's saved locally. That's why. Figured, yeah. I think I feel like the cursor's large. Thank y'all for the subs and the biddies. Thank you, friends. Cursor size. I think I usually have it on 100, but yeah, that feels better. The specs command is it's the new stuff. Yep. I edited it earlier. Yeah, so all should be well. All right. Everything is looking good so far. Again, I'll adjust if you guys see anything or hear anything that sounds weird, off, whatever, let me know. This is not going to be this is going to be a pretty short stream. I just wanted to make sure that everything looked and sounded good. Do you know how to get your prestige back? When I did a restart for mine, for some reason didn't save. It should be saved via the cloud. So I don't know why you would have lost it. I would put a message into the Phas server. Does the game sound loud? Well, I'll adjust. I'll adjust accordingly. Yeah, I'll be back tonight. Yeah, tonight's stream will be normal. It's normal time. Yep, I just wanted to do a short one today to check. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Zap, how are you? They sounded loud. I could always go in-game and then we could judge that way too. All right. I still can't hear things and stuff. Imagine if I get BJM first. Listen. Let me make sure of something. Hold on. Okay, good. What the heckity heck is this? Listen, Mr. Doc. This is the new 24/7 channel. I had to do a test, man. I had a failing PC on Monday, so I needed to do at least some sort of testing before we did a full stream tonight to make sure that everything was working just fine. Okay? Okay?
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before
Test run automatic blood moon. I know, right? It's Mr. Doc. Hi, Doc. How's work? How's life? How's the fam, dude?
Remain careful.
Okay. Everything is looking good so far. Good so far. All right. The last thing I'm going to do before I go into the match is now I will try the enable disable guy and see if that works. It doesn't matter how old, how new the OBS is. I still have to do this. It follows me. I don't know how it follows me globally, but apparently it does. Okay. Well, I can hear it now. Like, it is literally a brand new PC. It is a brand new OBS. How does it still happen? You got a blood moon. What should you do? Quit. Just quit. Just leave the game. Yeah, I would quit. Taco, thank you for the 15 months. I can hear it now. Yay. All right. Game volume wise, let me know how it sounds. Fake Flash, the AI tech that you have going here is amazing. Take me to your leader. Hey, Shattered, how are you? Did it die? Not completely, but it's working on it. Many a crash and a reset and a freeze over a couple day period. Yeah, not very good. Night, thank you for the 7 months. Yeah, was not very good. Okay, I need to. First thing I need to do. How do you disable Steam pop-ups? I don't need to know every time a friend is playing a game. Hey, Weirdy, how are you? But this is going to be a very short stream. Do not expect this to be very long. Tonight, I will be back for my normal time. Are you getting rid of it? No. I want to do a refresh of it, breathe new life into it, and just try to save it for like the family or just a backup PC. That's kind of the plan. Settings overlay. Settings. I don't see overlay. I don't see overlay. Notifications. Ah. Yeah, don't show that. When a friend joins a game, I don't need to know that every time. Don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. Nope, don't play sounds. Don't do any of that stuff. Nope. Get out of here. Steam notifications. Let's see. Nope. I need none of this. I will log in when I need to know something. I think achievements is like, where's achievements? Like that's the only thing I would want to pop up, I think. Oh, Mr. Doc, thank you for the biddies, sir. Yeah, that looks good. Where's achievements? Drifter, the hell? Proud to contrive 256,000 of memory to the new flat. Wait, what? What? Oh, to contribute. Oh, thanks. Thank you, sir. Okay, well, that's good for now. Okay, that's good enough. Oh, I'm so excited for the Rewind 99 demo. I can't wait. All right, everything looks good. Yeah. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Crapola. This. Oh God. Oh God. I've changed these. I did not change these back. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head what I normally use. Okay, so that's that. I normally pick things up. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. That's good. And then I normally drop things with R. Okay, that's good. Okay, crouch is on C instead of control. That is diabolical. You're telling me that they give you crouch for C to start? What now? Okay, that feels good. That feels right. Okay, I guess we'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, I drop things with R. It's literally right next to my pickup button. What's wrong with that? What the problem is? All right. Let's see. Yeah, don't you judge me. How dare you? All right, let's go. Oh yeah. Oh, look at my case number. Pick number 3, my lord. You drop with middle mouse click. I just don't trust the mouse. I don't trust the mouse. What a rookie. I'm new. Okay, that's good. That's good. We're making sure. I didn't break it. I'm making sure that it's all fixed. If I get insta-hunted by a demon, I'm going to be really mad. What? Get out of the hiding spot, Boner Jam. How'd you get to Prestige 20 only after 2 games? Hacks. Absolute hacks. Oh, hi, Fwank. Thank you for the 27 months, homie. I'll tell you, though, I was messing with the DP earlier, and I feel like I did it again, where I somehow, like, lifted it way too high. Way too high. Let's pump those numbers down a little bit. There we go. I don't need it to be so... I'm not doing 360 flicks, so we should be okay. How high is the chance to get the Hangman from the tarot cards? 1 or 2%, I can't remember. Yeah. Did you quit that Blood Moon game? I sure hope so. Because if you're coming in here asking for advice while you're in the middle of playing a game, you better take the advice to heart. Hi, Jess. How are you? But yeah, everything seems pretty good so far. Yeah? Yeah, yeah? I think my camera needs to go up a little bit. Like, it looks like it's... I think it's like... Jesus. No. 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 Right in the face. Son of a bitch. All right. Well, it's in the basement. We would have known that anyway because the events happen on the same floor. Ugh. Yeah. So it's like normally I'm like this, but that's like I'm crouched. So like if I'm sitting up, big guy, ew, he has pants on. What do you mean? Yeah. So like this. There we go. There we go. Hey, Evil. Thank you for the 20 months. All right, let's get this guy, that guy, that guy, do that guy, do that guy, do that guy. Spike, thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate it, friends. Thank you so much. Again, it's just a short test one, man. Just a little guy. Been hilarious. No, no, no. I've already got all the achievements. I didn't lose any of that stuff. Everything is saved except the case number is saved locally. That's it. That's it. All right, he is spicy though, so we need to be careful. Good thing you had your mouth closed for that ghost fart, right? I don't know if it was closed or not. I think it still got in. But yeah, everything else seems okay so far, man. I'm down. My keyboard is lighting up more than I usually have it. Usually it's pretty static, so I've got to mess with my SteelSeries stuff as well. Slowly tinker. We will slowly tinker. Bye, Momo. See you tonight, friend. Oh, I'm so excited to try that game. I didn't want to do it now because I didn't want to feel rushed. So I figured, and I was asking even like Mayor and Phoenix and the mods about it, and they agreed. It's like tonight would probably be better. Okay. But yeah, sound-wise, again, sound, everything, you name it. If anything seems off, definitely don't be afraid to let me know. Hey. Relax. Where are you? Oh, wrong binds. Were they? I think I did them in reverse when I set up the mouse. This one needs to be V. I do my push to talk and my global through the mouse. Why didn't that? It's true to book. Why is that not? There we go. Okay. Where are you? Are you here? Hey, cabin. Joystick, hello. Something might still be off. Like, just don't kill me. The microphone going in might be the wrong one. Which it is. Nailed it. Hey, get off the breaker, butthole. Let's try that now. Where are you? I was in settings, you dirty hooker. Alright, I'm gonna step outside and do this. For goodness sakes. Look at me, give me attention. God, they don't shut up. Check, 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 check. What? That's working. Why is that not? Why is it no working? Correct microphone. Unless I've got to like restart the game or something like that, which might be possible. You think it's and demon? No, I think it's then demon. But it should be working. Usually, I mean, usually I get it working pretty fast after that. If I have any like audio issues. Where are you? Push to talk. English, voice. That's all set. I don't change any of that. Why is it not picking up my voice? Hey, Tiny Rex. Where are you? Are you here? There might have been a Quinky Dink. Why is it? What is it doing? Where are you? You don't need to go in the house. That's incorrect. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Yeah, you don't have to go into the house to check that. Had a microphone issue, Phasma, when I first got it. Then Think Fast had weird settings. It seems, I mean, everything seems okay now. I think it. This dude's gonna eat my face off. You have a question? I might have an answer. No promises, but we can sure try. All right, let's go. Let's go. My word. I'm probably within hunting range. Hey, Kenjin. Speak of the devil. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Okay. Where are you? It's not as reactive as I feel like it should be, but it's okay. 'Tis fine.